Good morning. I'm just leaving Barrisdale campsite now. It's about 6:40 in the morning. Had a big day yesterday, as I might have said previously, but definitely worth pushing on and getting to Barrisdale campsite. The guidebook was right. It really was a tough day, and yeah, I was really tired last night. But it was only me. We had the bothy, and it was only me and the bothy, and everyone else wanted to be out in the tents. So yeah, I was surprised. So I was asleep by 8 o'clock. Yeah, super sleep, recharged, and yeah, just look at all that. That's what you come for. That is amazing. Wow. Yeah, and that little top at the, yeah, that's a Munro. A gentleman was saying he was struggling to get to the top of it yesterday. I met him on the way down. He did say the name of it, but I give up on the Scottish pronunciations. But that is spectacular. That's worth to stand back and take that in. That's a view to behold. And what a day, eh? What a day for walking. Let's hope it keeps like this. So I think I must be going right round that bay there. Yeah. I'll double check them up. I don't think I'm going up there. That'll be too easy. Yeah. So I've got breakfast this morning. I believe at Kinlochhourn there's a B&B that does breakfasts and dinners. Wow, aren't I lucky? I'm going to have a full Monty. I'm going to stuff my face. Then I've got a pub meal tonight in Morvick. Another tough day. I'm pushing myself 19 miles, and his guidebook says again, you know, even the strongest walkers will really struggle. And anyways, I've got enough time, you know. I booked a pitch on the campsite, and well, there's a pub in there with some, is it nigs and tatties and haggis, something like that. Yeah, that'll be amazing. So yeah, so looking forward to having a good day today, and then taking it a bit easier. I've had this will be 3 big days, and yeah, I can pull back a bit after this. I say that, but I will push myself on. I know I'm a person who sort of walks all day. Okay, check out. Yes, it is up there. So leaving Kinlochhourn now. There's a little cafe down there in a B&B. It didn't open till 12 o'clock. So the lad was going to maybe get us something for about 11:30, but I thought I'd best push on to Morvick. It's still a big leg left, and yeah, you've got to give yourself all the time you can to get over these sort of bielacs. So yeah. Yeah, so on the left hand side of that loch is where I came from this morning. Barrisdale Bothy. And then you go left into Kilknock-Yoon. And now I'm trying to get to Morvick. Amazing views again. So we're heading for that bielac there. Go on this path here, and then there's a little path in the distance there you can just pick up. And I believe there's a zigzag path going up there. I can see it, it's hard to make out in the camera. and then right across along there. Another famous landmark on the Cape Wrath Trail is that little hut. And this river's not in spate, very easy to cross today. Not much of a path to follow, but just stay left of the river and eventually we'll get to the Bealach. So the climb up to the Bealach to Morvich from Baversdale or Kinloch Hearn is not to be underestimated. It is pretty brutal. Bit harder for me because I've came from Baversdale Bothy today, which makes it a big walk for me, but yeah, and I'm still not at the bloody top of it. Just a little bit left, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, all downhill. But I believe going down's pretty tough as well. We'll soon see. Well, finally, I'm inside of my campsite tonight, Shielbridge campsite, I think. Wow, that was a tough old day. Ran about 11 hours walking, but it's behind me now. The toughest part is behind me. I'll go a bit easier. Thanks Glen Shiel campsite, absolutely super. You pick your food parcel up from that little check-in desk there. The wild goats are hungry. They're going to risk their lives getting some feed across the roads. Traffic's flying down here. So just leaving Glen Shiel campsite, there's a pub, and that little hut could be selling bacon sarnies. Just ordered a Trekkie Brekkie and an Americano at this beautiful place in Morvich. Loch Duick. To the Falls of Glomach. Pretty wild country out here. Yeah, the Falls of Glomach, amazing. Don't want to get too close and get dizzy and fall down there. Be a bad outcome. Another Bealach. Mayo Bundy Lodge. Newly painted, it looks amazing. I hope it's open. What a fantastic bothy. Mayo Bundy Bothy. And now onto Strathcarron for hopefully some food, and if I'm really lucky, a full English breakfast with haggis and the works. There's the two ladies ahead. Amazing countryside. Good morning. I'm heading to Strathcarron and beyond. There's a little bothy beyond Strathcarron. I'm sticking to my plan. A lot of people back in the bothy back there in Mayall bothy, they're heading to Craig, and yeah, I'm not heading to Craig. I'm heading to Strathcarron. But what I'd like to say is that the Mayall bothy just opened on the afternoon that I arrived, and it had all been done out amazingly well, all wooded out in Teague, 2 fires going. There's a few lads in there, and it was amazing, you know, all painted outside. It looks the proper job. Well done, the Bothy Association. And so I was lucky in that regard, but I was more luckier than to meet a guy called Johnny, who is like an alternative physio. And I said I was struggling a bit with my knee, my right knee, and he said let's have a look then. And so he pressed his thumb in here, and he pressed his thumb in there, and my calf, and my not my groin, my hammies and that, and my quads. And you know something, he's released something, and that pain on the knee, which I knew was muscular, is, you know, it's at this moment, you know, I'm only 2 miles into my walk, is gone, you know. So I've got his number, and after a couple of days I'm going to text him, and if it's still feeling amazing, I'm going to let him know and thank him again. And if I see him again, I'll buy him a beer. Johnny from Nottingham, thank you. So if you watch this video, Johnny, thank you. The views today are just outstanding. This is wild country. So hopefully when I get to Strathcarron, I'll get the full breakfast. I'll check out, see you later. Just met a Scottish lad, and he's going to do 2 Munros, which are those 2 ahead. They don't look too high, but obviously he's came up a long highway getting here. But yeah, I think he said that one's a cheesecake. My bed tonight in that bothy. What a view. Another fantastic bothy. Right up there today, and the weather looks amazing once again. Good morning. Another fantastic sleep in a fantastic Scottish bothy. I'm not going to pronounce the name, but another, you know, I'm asleep by 8 o'clock and right through till 6. Obviously wake up for a pee in the middle of the night, but yeah, another glorious sleep. There's me and a Polish lad in there. What a nice lad. He's doing a lot of Munros and whatever. Yeah, so today is another tough leg into Kinloch U. Really tough at the end. Nice start this morning. I got 5 miles in from Strathcarron, because today's walk is about, it was going to be 21 miles until I walked 5 miles, so it's now down to 16 mile. But the last part is very hard, extremely tough, and navigation is a key. In bad weather, you know, it's you know, they would like you to do the alternative route, you know, because there's a bit of navigation difficulty. The path becomes pathless. But the number one safety rule on the fells is walking in good weather, and they don't come better than this today, so hopefully, you know, it should be okay. Yeah, looking forward. I've got a B&B tonight in Kinlochhew with a full English breakfast tomorrow. £50, wow, I jumped at it. I'll have a nice shower and a bed, and I'll change my underwear. You know, it's like round about halfway. I've got 2 pairs of kegs, and you know, freshen up a bit. I'd just like to say something about pack weight. You know, I've seen a lot of people struggling because the packs on the back is just too heavy. You know, and if you've got to walk 230 miles and the terrain is really tough. You know, it doesn't come any tougher than this. You know, you've got to really make sure you get your pack weight right. You know, I know it's difficult. You know, send food ahead, pick it up at you know, drop off points. But you know, you've got to be around 10 kilo. You can't anywhere over, you know, presume 10 kilo. I think you're going to struggle. You know, it's my own personal opinion. I might be wrong at this. You know, people maybe say, you know, you've got to carry. You know, people try and go self-sufficient all the way, and you know, really good luck to them. But I'm sure it's been done a lot of times. But I've concentrated on mainly a meat and protein type of diet on this walk. Eggs. I sent eggs and meat ahead. Sardines, nuts, keto bars. You know, and I felt super. You know, yesterday I got into Strathcavern pub and I had four sandwiches, like, you know, so I'd say 8 slices of bread with tuna fish and mayo, and sometimes you just got to eat what you can. But yeah, so that's my little rant of a day. You know, just keep your backpack, keep your weight down on your packs, and you'll enjoy the walk a lot better. Going up some Belaks with a heavy pack, God, it's got to be a nightmare. This is bad enough. This is about 8 kilos on my pack. You know, it's just the way I do things. Go light. Anyways, see you later. What a view. Fantastic. All the mountains in the distance. That's where I've came from. Fort William down there somewhere. It's been an epic walk so far, and I'm going up there somewhere. What a sight to behold. Some of the best mountains in the whole world there. Amazing. Stick with the main route on the guidebook, ladies and gents, because this view is to behold. You know, if you go up to Craig and then down into Kinlochhew, you'd obviously not get this view. But wow, amazing. More to come. Yeah, so this is a point on the map where it becomes pathless. I've got to get around that mountain there. As you can see, there's no path. There is a path at about, I don't know, a couple hundred metres that way, I believe. But this is the first time I've done it, so I'm just going on my OS maps. So yeah, I'll update once I get across there. But this is a point that I've got on my OS maps to take a left turn. We don't want to follow that path there that carries on up into that valley or something there. So I'm going to go down this way, and I'll update you when I find the other path. There's a little cairn on the top of that big boulder there. That's what you need to head for when you're coming down from this track here. Just head straight to that little cairn. I mean, if the bad weather's in, you'll have to use a compass and whatever, but if it's good weather like today, just head straight down for that little cairn. You pick it up after about 20 or 30 metres, cross a little river, and then you're on the right track. Two windy pitches there for them lads. And right round. What a view, eh? What a view them lads have got in the morning. Amazing. I've just had to scramble down there from the tarn, and that was emotional and dangerous. I would not recommend it. Best way is to come back down into the valley, just retrace your steps. Yeah, that was not very nice. That's one of the hardest couple of miles I've ever put in on a fell. Wow, that was super tough. Not recommended, I'll never do it again. Good morning. See the fantastic Bean High behind. Pronunciation is terrible as usual. So just leaving Kinloch U. It's around about 10 o'clock, just after. Stayed in a fantastic bed and breakfast. Simon, who runs it, he couldn't do enough for you. He ran me to the shop, and there's like two little shops there, two great little shops to stock up. And he jumped in his little van and away down, stocked up, boiled some eggs for me, yeah, so I've got enough supply food now for about 3 days, which is like everything on these types of walks. I was going to go into Ullapool, but there's a convention on or something in Ullapool, and there's no accommodation. I tried the hostels and the bunkhouses, and they're all fully booked for tomorrow night. Which, that was my plan, to go into Ullapool and stock up, but I've had to stock up here, which is no trouble. Now I'll just bypass Ullapool, keep to the main route, and yeah, just be finished half a day earlier. But yeah, Kinloch U was, I really enjoyed it. The pub, I had a 3-course meal in the pub, had a lovely bottle of beer. They were just fantastic people. Simon was an absolute star again, as I'll repeat. He's really helped me on this trip. Just want to talk again about yesterday's walk. in the guidebook, it's, you know, it basically says the sting in the tail is at the end of a walk from Strathcarron to Kinlochhew, and boy was he right. I mean, you know, I would think very carefully about doing the alternative route, maybe going to Craig and to Jerry's Hostel. And I think a lot of people were doing that on the way, and I was thinking, why are they doing that, you know, and now I know, because that sting in the tail, as the guidebook says, the author of the guidebook, wow, that was a sting in the tail. I mean, the boulder field, and I mean, if you go with read the book carefully, and try, if you are going to go, I mean, it is worth it. He's taking him that way for a reason, because of the views over Torridon and the mountains beyond. They are amazing. I mean, they are. It's like what this is all about, this walk. But the final walk into Kinlochhew, oh God, it was tough, you know. I mean, and I think in some places dangerous, you know. I think, you know, if you've got to get off that mountain by the lock, you know, you've got to come down there pretty steep, and I didn't. I tried to go down gradually, which was a mistake on my part. There's a 400 metre mark you've got to get to, and then you cross the river to the other side, but it didn't look good it's a pathless 2 or 3 or 4 mile, and in my opinion, he says 21.5 miles should be done in 2 sections, 2 days. Only strong walkers should do it in a oneer. Wow, I mean, there's nowhere to camp for one thing, you know, so you really have got to do it either in 1 day or camp in an awkward place. Yeah, but that's my little gripe. It was amazing, but would I do it again? Would I hell? Anyways, I'll sign off. I'm heading to it's supposed to be a gentle walk today, 16 to 17 mile. So there's a bothy I'm heading for, and I'm going to stay there at night. Yeah, so 16 to 17 mile. I'll call back later. Wow. This'll do me. This'll do me. Another tough day. Shanaval Bothy to Knockdamp Bothy. Yeah, it's a long one. Very hot, wind against all the way. But the Knockdamp Bothy is just around this corner. So it's even too windy to put the tent up, I'm sure. But I'm coming to the end now, so onwards now. I believe there's a lot of swampy land this way. Oh god. Knockdamp Bothy. Not as good a sleep last night, but yeah, onwards and upwards. So a quick look inside the schoolhouse Bothy. Excellent. Maybe someone in there won't look in there. Oh, could have had a good sleep on there last night. So the schoolhouse Bothy, if you're coming from Ullapool, is around 4.5 miles further on than Knockdamp Bothy. And the schoolhouse Bothy, it looks a lot better to me. Thank you so much, Oikel Bridge Hotel, just behind the trees there. So just coming over a bridge from Oikel Bridge Hotel. Yeah, there's a young lass in there, just went above, well, you know, expected service. She was super helpful and really helped. Super little food. Opens at 10:30. You can't get in before, and you can get sarnies, big pots of tea, dinner around about 12:30 I think, or 1:30 or what. Yeah, so lunch, they starts serving hot meals around about 12:30 I think. But definitely pop into Oikel Bridge. Good internet, Wi-Fi, recharge. The old ruins of Salakey. Loch Ailish. The fantastic Benmore Lodge. What a setting. Good afternoon. Yeah, so the weather's took a turn for the worse, and I've got a dodgy knee still. It's like playing up a lot this morning with the weather and the dampness. So we didn't take the I didn't take the high route up the top across the fells, which was boggy, slippery, and a lot harder than taking the alternative route, which is on the road. So yeah, taking the alternative route now to Reconic. Yeah, it's obviously coming to the time where I'm in a bit of a desperate need to get this walk over and done with. It's been an epic walk. It's incredibly difficult if you're trying to do it in lesser days than the guidebook states. You know, I think the guidebook states 18 to 22 days, and now I'm on sort of day 12. So you know, I have pushed it a little bit too much, and it's coming back to kick me in the backside a bit. But it's an epic walk. It's amazing. You know, it's hard work. You know, really enjoyable. If you get the weather, the fantastic Scottish weather, you know, it's brilliant. But as you see, it's turning now. It looks as though it's going to be wet all week. My tent's wet in my rucksack. I'm not sure where I'm camping at tonight. I've tried to get in the hotels and the B&Bs in Reconic, but they're all totally full. I know there's a bothy a couple of miles on from Reconic, so that could be an option. But yeah, it's sad. I wish a couple of more. I mean, I've had absolutely amazing weather. You know, it couldn't have been really better. Strong winds against us now and again. You know, 1 day, 2 days of slight rain, but today's really damp, windy and miserable. And you don't want to be on them tops of them fells in the mist. You know, you don't want to be getting lost up there, walking around in circles. You know, so the safer option is to stay low and get the miles in. Yeah, but fantastic walk. Yeah, see you later. Well, they weren't very helpful in the Reconic Hotel. Residents only. Other words, bugger off. Just speaking to a nice gentleman there, he said you can maybe camp at the public toilets and old police station there, but I might push on. Fantastic views from the hotel. So here we are at the amazing Sandwood Bay. Amazing beach. There's the Cape Wrath in the distance, most northern point, northwesterly point. And I'm going to try and find a bothy over there somewhere, because believe it or not, I've lost my poles from my tent. Hiya, so everything's fate, innit? You know, I was heading towards the bothy, and then I met a French couple, I think they are, and they said, how are you? And I said, fine, I'm just heading to that bothy. And they said, oh, it's closed, it's under construction. There's 4 men there working on it. So the bothy is like over that way, on the way to the Cape Wrath Lighthouse. I got this bugger. I said, I've lost my poles, I can't put my tent up. So the lady has borrowed me her poles, and I'm just going to go around here now where they're camped and camp right next to them. So I'm over the moon, because I faced a bleak night. But brilliant. Catch you later. My final wild camp before I finish off at the Cape Wrath Lighthouse tomorrow. It's going to be a cold one. Early morning shot of Sandwood Bay. So there's no flags flying. I'm good to go across the gun range. Head for that little hill and cut left. That's tough going across there. I don't know if I've missed a path or something, but yeah, I followed the guidebook, but I can't see any paths. I must have, there must be one. But the amount of people doing this Cape Wrath now, but I couldn't. I found a few odd paths and dwindled out, but wow, it was pretty tough. Time for a cup of tea.